All right, my friends, so I'm just going to go over another bashing on the life insurance industry. That's just... All right, so think about it. Going back to Jill, some dude solicited her on Facebook, and then when I gave her some questions to ask, the guy never was heard from again. So his whole premise, and some other guy on YouTube, which one of you has named, which I will not confirm or deny, because I'm not trying to have people throwing arrows at me. But think about it like this. This guy on Facebook said to Jill, you can put in $101,000 in sum. And actually, that was very misleading. It was $101,000 a year for 4 years. All right, just for simplicity, $400,000. Starting when you're 6 years, so she was 63. When she was 69, she could take out $28,000 a year, each and every year adjusted for inflation. All right, just because my head isn't that smart, I can't calculate on the fly, we're just going to say that's $25,000 a year, all right? So she takes out $25,000 a year at 69 after 6 years. So she put in $400,000 and she takes $25,000 a year out. So when she's 73, she'd taken $100,000. Now, we're not even adjusting for inflation, and this guy says by the time she's 83, I think, she could take out $40,000. Oh, no, why do you like that one? It's weird. Anyway, so when she's by 69 to 73, she took out $100,000. 74 to 77, she took out $200,000. 78 to 81, right? Yeah, she took out another $100,000. 81 to 85, 81, 2, 3, 4, basically 85, she took out another $100,000. All right. So she got all her money out by the time she's 85. She put in $400,000, got all her money out by the time she's 85. She's not dead. She's still pulling money out. All right, so now she's just taking gains, essentially. And then she dies. We'll just say at 90. So she's basically taken $500,000 out when all said and done. She put in $400,000 in from 63 through 64, 5, 6, 63, 4, 5. She put in $400,000 from when she was 63 to 66. By the time she's 90, she's taken $500,000 out. All right, that's 24 years later. On top of that, her estate gets $1.5 million of life insurance proceeds. So of the course of, we'll just say she died at 90, from 63 till 90, she contributed $400,000 and was able to get nearly $2 million out on $400,000 after 63 to 90, 27 years. In what world can the insurance company invest and make that happen? They received $400,000, they paid out $500,000 in income, plus over $1 million in death benefit. I mean, what world can that happen? The answer is there is no world. There is no world. The insurance company cannot make that kind of investments into which to make that profitable. They can't. It's nuts. So when you hear something is too good to be true, it inherently is too good to be true. There is no way an insurance company is going to be able to come up with that number to make that work. You could even say, but Josh, what if they were able to get 10% a year? We'll just say 10% a year on their investments. That means they double their money every 7.2 years. All right, so and we're just going to make it even as simple as we can for the insurance company. $400,000 by the time she's 70 is worth $800,000. By the time she's 77, it's worth $800,000. 1.6 million. It won't be quite like that. And by the time she's 77, 85, it's worth 3.2 million. All right, that might work. You know, she had 3.2 million there on that $400,000 at 10% a year each and every year. I guess by the time she's 90, they had $4 million. Do you really think that that's going to happen? And don't forget, they still have to pay her money. All right, over the course of that $400,000, it's not like sitting there a side account, just sitting there. They have to pay out. They're paying out at $25,000 a year out. So even if they could just let that $400,000 sit there and get 10% each and every year, yeah, they could probably make that work. But it's not just sitting there. She started to pull $25,000 a year out by the time she's 6 years into the contract, man. So in year 6, $400,000, even if it doubled to $800,000, which it won't, because that's way too high of a return. She only has that $400,000. Her principal has been reduced by $25,000. The following year, reduced by another $25,000. The following year, reduced by another $25,000. It's not like that money is just sitting in some side account growing. She's pulling money out. The insurance company has to come up with that $25,000 again. This guy was even saying it's adjusted for inflation. I'm not even talking to that. In fact, he even said it could be $40,000 by the time she's 85 years old or something. I'm not even talking that. I'm saying it's just sitting in some side account, $400,000. It could double every 7 years at 10%. Well, no insurance company is getting that rate of return. Let's see, what else? No insurance company is getting that rate of return and having distributions. No insurance company is getting that rate of return on a similar or a straight linear return. It's not happening. The insurance companies are dealing with the same stuff you and I are dealing with, man, which is probably low returns. So there's no way an insurance company can be on the hook for these products if they are positioned, if they are true to what these guys said. No way. It's just sack of Pablo's freaking excrement, man. And I hate it because people fall for this stuff, and then when it doesn't come to fruition, there's no place to turn. And then you have the opportunity cost of them, instead of buying an insurance product, they could have bought something else. And then the insurance, even worse so, the insurance policy lapses before they do, which means all that money they put in is gone. It's nuts. But yet that freaking guy made a big fat commission. Like I said, 65% of first year premiums. And will he, it's just wrong, man. It's just wrong. And I don't like it. I think you got to be careful. It's too good to be true. It is too good to be true. Fact. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Love to hear your thoughts on that. See ya.